In the bottom left, beating the MLG of Columbus, Ohio champion, we have
Started July.
Deadly Nerd.
Yes.
Watch out, Artosis. In the upper right, will he win this? He lost that last game in an upset. We thought he was going to get out of 2-0, but I guess we're going to have to wait and see. His ID is
MarineKing Prime.
It's happening, Artosis.
You know, I want to say two things here, Tasteless.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number one, I used to think of July like a shark. But now when I see a really deadly shark, I think of July Zerg. I'm like, wow, that shark's kind of like July Zerg. It can just like run around and kill you suddenly.
Yeah. Which kind of shark?
It has to be a deadly one that's fast. Not necessarily
What's your
a great
favorite
white.
shark?
My favorite shark is a dead shark, man. Sharks kill humans. Forget that. I can't go in the ocean, man. I'm afraid sharks will get me.
Dude, I think I need to get go with a hammerhead shark.
A hammerhead shark? Those are pretty
Those
cool.
are pretty cool, man.
Those are. Well, let's see here. What was the other thing I wanted to say?
Man, let me tell you something. Jet lag is now hitting me. It hit me like 5 seconds ago where my brain just said, Nick.
No,
Nick,
I'm feeling good, man. I don't know why. I slept like 15 hours after we landed, so like.
See, I slept for after we landed. I slept for 2 hours.
I made up for all the sleep I didn't get before.
And I was like up for 5 hours. Then I went back to sleep and I slept for 6 hours.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible. Okay, here's what the other thing was I wanted to say.
Yeah.
MarineKing, if he loses to July Zerg, he has to play the winner of Alive Xenio. And as well as Xenio's been playing lately, Alive's been playing at least twice as good. And Alive's TVT is so godly. If MarineKing doesn't win here, there's a good chance in my mind that he will not advance.
Yeah, I do think Alive's TVT is better than MarineKing's. I do believe that.
Yes, I would definitely go there. I think he's the best TVT in the world. Last time we saw him play in that matchup.
All right, we got a bunker rush coming up here. Let's see if this is going to be as effective. July did lose to a bunker rush to Alive.
Yep. There are already 5 Marines out. Ooh, is he bringing SCVs with it, though, I wonder? That is the question, Tasteless.
If only we had a preview screen.
Again, we will be getting that back within the next 2 GSL.
With 4 Marines, he should engage.
Oh, that's nice by July.
Nice
Good run
control.
by. That is beautiful micro by MarineKing. How does he even do it? What am I seeing? But more and more Zerglings come in July. Very smart to make a lot of Zerglings here, and we'll end up killing at least one more. Another one is here now, though, and here's another as well coming up. So these Zerglings will finally be scattered. Only one survivor to tell the tale. Will they even believe him? There were 50 Marines, and the 7 of us took them out. No! You lied. There weren't that many.
Well, now he's going to go ahead and expand. So the bunker rush, not too effective. Both players trading some blows. The supply count is 10 ahead here for, whoa, double expand.
Well,
that's interesting.
Yeah, you know, he's going double gas and double expand here. So July Zerg, you never, ever, 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 ever know what he's going to do. He could actually just go for an all-in after this. Because a lot of times when people go ahead and on a map like this or Shikuras, after they fail a 2-Rax, oftentimes they just make a bunch of Raxes for a wall-in, and that slows your gas down, that slows your stim down, your siege tanks, and that actually makes things like Baneling Bus extremely strong. He only has 1 gas, though, so I really am not sure what July's plan is. Scout's only 2 barracks. Hasn't scouted that 3rd yet. I think if July Zerg scouted the 3rd, 100% we would see him go all in.
Oh, for sure. Knowing July, when he smells blood in the water,
yeah,
he goes for it because he's like a shark.
Well, no, a shark is like him. When a shark smells blood in the water, it's like when July Zerg sees a weakness in a player.
There you go.
They just go after him, man.
Yeah. Oh, Artosis. You should have seen the face he made after he said that.
I'm like, I thought that would come out better. I'm so sorry. I like that eBay is part of the wall. He doesn't want to build more barracks right now.
He has to be completely walled in here. Do you think he's going to make defense around the third base, or is he going to cross his fingers and hope that Jelizer wouldn't check there for a while?
He's going to cross his fingers until he gets a certain number of SCVs. In fact, the factory's about to finish. I want to see him go straight into Siege Tanks. If he goes into Hellions from here, I'm going to be like, all right, listen, you're just taking too many risks. It's silly. He's going to go Reactor, man, for that Starport. That's what he's going to do. But I feel like he needs Siege Tanks, man. No, I think he's going to go Reactor and just get Medivacs out and just go with 3 bases. You can make like the silliest amounts of bio units and just get really aggressive, and that's a style he likes. So I don't think we're going to see any siege tankery here.
All right, I believe you.
All right, good. Glad. Roachwarren is on the way. Might be a slight defensive Roachwarren. I'm not sure that he wants to get aggressive. He is making 2 Evos as well, and 2 Evos means, you know, oh, okay, this game is going to end too soon.
Yeah, they're both the best units to play game. Now he tears down the rocks because he's starting to land all his mules with that expansion.
And there we go, the Reactor for the Starport. So any Siege Tanks that he's going to make are going to be very late. Baneling Nest on the way, but that might not be an aggressive Baneling Nest because he is going for the lair. And you don't make 2 Evos and a lair if you're going to do the Roach Baneling Nest. So it looks like we're just going to see Jelizer play kind of normal right here. Stim on the way for MarineKing. Most important upgrade for this build, of course.
Now, you know, when he gets the 2 Medivacs out, this could actually be pretty scary.
Oh, yeah.
He can actually do a lot of damage.
How many drones is that? Is that 60 or 80? I can't read that number.
It's
60.
60 drones.
Yeah, if he had 80 already, I'd be like, wow, Jelizer's really good at making drones. 6 roaches on the way. This instrulates me. Oh, I try to make interests into like
you think you're
a
not
funny
jet-lagged
word
right now? I'm actually like watching your brain shut down.
No, I'm fine.
So the creep spread by July pretty good. 2 more gases on the way. And Baneling speed actually is just going for everything.
Yeah, doing everything. Getting a lot of lings right now.
The Spires started, but they're I believe there are already 2 Medivacs out. Is that correct?
Yes. Yes,
okay.
It is.
Let's see if he drops.
And actually, he hasn't made more Medivacs, which is kind of weird. But anyways, starting to get a few more SCVs there. He has the Rock low on health, but not all the way dead yet. And that's like a really smart, cool thing to do, is if you get it down pretty low, so you can buy time with it, but kill it quickly if you need to.
Yeah, just in case suddenly they're outside your base, you can, you know, use that as part of your wall.
Jeliser's saving up his gas right now. Looks like he wants to pop 10 or 11 mutas right when that Spire finishes. By the way, he's spending his gas. You know, not much at all being spent. Baneling speed almost done. I don't see these attacks doing anything here. He has enough lings out already to slow him down.
I don't even think it's an attack. I think he wants to kill some creep tumors.
Yeah, I think you're totally right. We might see him try a little bit of harassment, but he doesn't want to overdo it. Oh, 8 Banelings being made. I'm actually surprised he made 8. Jeliser actually... I don't know. We'll see. He's making a lot more lings. Baneling speed almost done.
He's turning around now.
And see, he made 8 Banes, so actually, that move-out timing, you know what that did? It killed some creep tumors, and instead of 10 mutas, like we mentioned before, he's making 8 because, you know, 8 Banelings, that cost 200 gas, so he did not have enough. 2-2
that's
on
smart.
the way.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
Talk about good game sense.
Yeah, it's just, pressure does so many things. I think no one understands really how much pressure does, especially against Zerg. It's insane. You should always be pretending to move out against Zerg just far enough that they get scared.
A lot of people just don't see the difference because it's hard to see it, to watch the replay and see them make the Banelings, or, you know, while they're trying to make something else to really get that. Now, is this push a good idea?
No. 30 lings on the way. He's already got the 1-1 upgrades. 2-2 is on the way. He has Baneling speed. He has mutas. In fact, this army, I don't know if it'll make it home. If he moves out all his units right now, the army won't make it home. He needs to pull back. Oh, but the Banelings are coming! And he had it sieged up! And more Zerglings coming. This army, in fact, should not be making it home, and it will not. A beautiful army cleanup by Jelizer once again, finding holes, flaws, everything wrong with MarineKing's play. Beautiful play here. MarineKing, I think right now is thinking, thing is, MarineKing is not playing that bad. Jetlag may have a little something to do with it, but strategically speaking, Jelizer is matching up extremely well with MarineKing. He might actually be like a silver bullet for MarineKing, the way that he gets his units at weird times. Against DRG, a push like that, much scarier, because he wants every drone, every advantage. Jelizer, he's just like, nah, make a bunch of units. I'll get aggressive if you don't. If you do, I'll crush your army.
Smart. It's really smart.
Yeah.
You know, he's taking what is MarineKing's strength and kind of turning it against him.
And that is why he is a legend, man. He does things like this. That is so July.
The turrets, though, are already set up. MarineKing did not have some of the best defense in the last game. So these Mulisks might not do as much damage.
Yeah.
Definitely a better setup than what Alive had.
Only 11 mutas. Not the most frightening bunch. Little drop coming around the side of the map. Julizerg has okay Overlord spread, but he has pretty good creep spread for July. Look at that Zergling flower. That one
There's
Zergling
one
in the middle.
in the middle. He's like, stop staring at me.
I'm like, get out of the center of the circle, Zergling. That's actually really rude, man. Unless you're like
That's like the Zergling
unless you're
Mecca.
so funny.
All the Zerglings got to pray to that Zergling.
All right, a little drop at the 4th of Julizerg going down. If he does run his drones, though, I mean, he can easily go clean that up. Just send some lings in, make it lift, chase it down with that Mutalisk flock.
Oh, nice. Going for the queen here.
Cute little move. Keeping the mutas away from his base as well. And goodbye to that medevac. Not going to get anything out of there. 73 SCVs, 73 drones. So got similar economies. Now, Julizerg's is spread out over 4 bases with extra gases, whereas MarineKing has mules, so it's actually a very similar economy right now. Julizerg is up in supply, already maxed out against MarineKing, about to max. And actually, how many siege tanks does he have? He lost 2 already, which is a big blunder.
Oh, he's got to be careful. I
Looks like he
think
only
we
has
might see
4,
Julizerg go
5.
for it right now, man.
If he's
I think he's
sieged up in time.
Oh, it's going to be a close
How
call.
many Banelings will actually get through? Targeting down Banelings as quickly as can, but he does not have as many siegings as he could have perhaps had. The Thors and Marines are doing a great deal of damage to these mutas. Many mutas do in fact go down, as well as that important sensor tower, and Julizerg withdraws 66
here's the problem.
Zerglings in production.
He actually got so many siege tanks there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has to start over from scratch now, making siege tanks. I think the next Baneling bust that he sends in here could just be too much.
Yeah.
He knows he's smart. He just says,
That's
no,
what
no,
he's doing.
More Banelings. A lesser Zerg player would say, I need to get more mutas. I lost a few mutas back there. No.
No, you're completely right, and so is Julizerg. This is a beautiful way to play this game, Tasteless. When you kill off any siege tanks, Julizerg knows that mass Baneling is going to become very powerful.
Oh
in
my
fact,
God.
so many not siege, he may knock MarineKing down right this second, Tasteless. Just rolling through absolutely everything, even killing off Thors with these Banelings at this point. A ton of mules at that base.
And notice
will he go for it?
He's making sure that the Banelings are only being used when he absolutely has to.
And a few things did go wrong there. MarineKing is now feeling like, okay, I'm in this game, absolutely. And he's right, because too many of those Banelings actually hit Thors. If he had moved them, and too many of them hit siege tanks as well, if he had moved them and on move command a lot more and let them just hit Marines with splash, the Zerglings and mutas could have taken all those out.
Yeah.
And then the Banelings would have still been around to kill those depots up in front of the 3rd to kill off more Marines and the like. So, you know, that is just, I mean, once or twice you hit a Thor with too many Banes and you can turn a huge lead into just being behind.
All right, well, let's see how this one works. He's
Going
coming
up once again. Siege tanks on the high ground. Very smart move. Marauders mixed in at this point to take up more shots. Good move as well. These infestors, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to lose these. Zergling's trying to clean up whatever he fungals, but Julizerg suddenly, everything backfired.
I think he overextended here.
Yep,
Big
definitely.
time.
Oh, and he's losing more infestors. That's so painful.
Oh, but nice on the medevacs.
Yeah, if he can kill off those medevacs,
I don't think he has
nice.
enough energy.
Yeah, it looks like he quite does not. 3-3 is on the way for him, making more Zerglings, but actually his larvae are running thin now. You know, going mass Zergling is extremely hard to do. In fact, he's making 60 more, but with the amount of money he has left, that just means that he is out of larvae. That's what's going on. He actually probably should have made another macro hatch or queen.
He's going for ultras now. What are your thoughts on the ultras move?
It's hard because MarineKing's staying so heavily in Marines.
Ooh,
And,
that is a good point.
You know, Marines actually just don't take as much damage from them. He lost some of his infestors. He still has a good amount. He's making 4 more. If he gets his engagements just right, it can absolutely end up working. Now, we do have 3-3 and Adrenal on the way, so he's definitely going to stay heavy Zergling, which, I mean, that works well for MarineKing. I mean, for Julizerg, it's a style he's very good with. And now we have, how many siege tanks? It's like 5 siege tanks out right now. And he's actually starting a few Vikings as well. Looks like he's a little bit nervous about Brood Lords, which actually, Greater Spire hasn't been made yet.
All right, he's moving in now. We'll see if this is a good idea or not. Not even really sieging.
Some actually really good fungals holding down some Marines so that Banelings could hit him, but That's a lot of units left over, Tasteless, and he is pushing through right now. Only 30 Zerglings in production. I think MarineKing might be able to kill Gelizerg right here.
Right, stimming and moving forward. A few nice fungals, but it's just not enough. The Terran Army pushes forward, and now wiping up the creep tumors. Looks like he wants to take out the base of the bottom center.
That's right, and this is going to be it. We're going to have to see a GG from Gelizerg. Nothing left, and MarineKing knows it. He knows it.
That is embarrassing.
Indeed it is, but I tell you what, man, this was actually extremely close. There was actually a moment there where if Gelizerg perfectly controlled his army in the attack, he very well could have won and 2-0'd MarineKing. He actually played brilliantly, and MarineKing made some mistakes early on, but later on, you know, absorbing with mech units those Baneling swarms a little bit more than Gelizerg wanted, ended up giving him the lead. It's actually, what a fascinating unit the Baneling is.
Well, it can do so much, but if it's used correctly, I mean, let's say I was playing a little while ago, and I had one guy who, like, all his Banelings hit my Immortal. Like, do you know how many Banelings it takes to kill an Immortal?
Let's see, it would have to be 10 plus then the mortal health, which is going to be another 10. 20 Banes, I would say. It's
but, I mean, that's, but at the same time, if one Baneling connects with, like, you know, 7 Marines, it's like...
I did this funny thing. I was walking around the map once with 2 DTs, and there was a big pile of Banelings. I'm like, turn them into an Archon. You know how many, it takes to get rid of an Archon,
I've actually thought about, like, against players that are, you know, using Banelings but they don't have a ton of mutas, is to actually, like, pick up, with your Warp Prism, pick up the Immortal and actually try to drop it into the Banelings.
People are always blinking on top of Banelings and stuff, and of course, you know, if you can get your Thor in the front to take hits, Thors have so many hit points, you do not want to kill them with Banelings.
And I want to make sure that our viewers understand this, because it's just that the Banelings are so expensive that if you kill the wrong... If you have a whole bunch of them kill the wrong unit, it's a cost. It's not even like it's not cost effective. It's so cost ineffective. You basically, I mean, think about it, 20 Banelings to kill an Immortal. How much gas is 20 Banelings?
Well, it's
I'm going to make you do all the math on
like
TV,
almost
man.
500 gas for a 100 gas.
500 gas, yeah, for 100 gas.
Less than that, it's like 450. But seriously, it's like it's a huge investment. And don't forget that it's not just that; it's larva as well, and it's Zerglings as well, it's minerals as well.
To go back to that point that was there earlier, too many Banelings hit Thors in the second attempt.
The second big wave that could have killed him when we were like, he might die. Too many hit Siege Tanks, too many hit Thors. The Marine splits were a little bit too good. It didn't go Gelizerg's way. Of course, if he controlled a bit better, if we can control a bit worse, the game would have been over.
It's hard, too, because the Banelings fan out in such a way that you literally can't even see where they're all going.
Yeah, it's really hard to control. You can't control each one.
Excuse me. There's also this moment where you have to know exactly, like, you have to know that you've won, and then it's time to pull the Banelings back so you can attack.
That's true.
Again, because sometimes you see somebody where they're in the battle, and then the Banelings like go and like they blow up like a turret or something, and you know.
And that might not be something that you need to blow up. If you have like 2 mutos left, it's like you don't need that. You need to be targeting what you need to kill. But you know, Gelizerg actually knows all these things for sure. You know, he knows.
He's like
I killed you game 1, I had you game 2. Let's go into game number 3.
Yeah,
which is going to be on Daybreak. For Gelizerg's style,
good
I will bet you, Tasteless, that he all-ins here. I think Gelizerg's going to do
what kind of all-in? Like Ling Roach?
I think he might do a very tricky Ling Bane all-in or something. One of the ones where you run him around a weird side where Hellions don't find him or something. But it could definitely be Baneling Roach. I think MarineKing has to actually play a little bit safe here. I think he needs to get his Siege Tanks a bit quicker.
I don't think we ever casted a best of 3 with July where there was not one all-in.
Yeah, that's probably true.
I mean...
And so because of that fact, he doesn't all in. I'm like, that's why he's so good. He's so smart.
And then some nerd on the internet's going to complain. Because they understand that we're analysts and not Miss Cleo, you know?
You're Miss Cleo.
Thank you.
Yeah, I used to call you. It was $4.99 a minute. But I tell you, if I didn't win the lottery...
Let's go get our tarot cards right after this, Artosis.
Our tarot cards?
Tarot cards. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, man.
Tarot cards, that's right.
I always get that card with the angel with the sword. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And they're like, no, it means, shut up, that's me. All right,
me.
I'm going to get out of here. I have wings
they
and a
pull
sword.
the death card, and I'm like, sick, a skeleton with a grove on. They're like, no, I'm like, I don't care. Like, they pick up the card and take it out.
Everyone else that goes at booth from then on has great luck.
Yeah, man.
Stack the Tarot deck. Oh, my. I can't wait for this last game, man. Like, seriously, what an upset it would be if July beats MarineKing and then MarineKing doesn't get out because of live. And then how crazy. What a crazy circumstance that this guy is 1 game away from possibly not getting out and 1 game away from winning the group.
Sorry, I didn't know we were going to be cute on camera there. When we're not on camera, are we actually, like,
dude,
we get down low.
Well,
like
without
this.
the keyboard here, I kind of like it for a minute, even though I can't tell what's going on. I just lean back in my chair like this.
That's
how
I
watch the game from
because
here.
you have the keyboard that actually...
I check all the things.
He's not the observer, but it's a preview screen thing. What we need to do is get reclining chairs. And I want to have the monitor like up like this.
Oh,
so I
that's so
just
funny.
lay there.
I want to just lay in bed with a blanket and commentate. But then I'd like fall asleep like, doesn't matter what I'm doing if I'm laying in bed, I go to sleep.
We get that one game where it's like the TVT and they're just going back and forth with the battle cruisers. And
Taysus starts snoring and everyone's like, he's pretending to snore. I'm like, guys, he's asleep.
He's asleep.
Actually, you know what would be cool? If we were laying against something that looked like that background. Like if we were laying on a giant monitor of our background, people would think we were standing up.
That would be so cool.
Wouldn't that be sick?
The platform in the center. All right, what we should do is actually just walk up there and have like a giant screen on the ceiling, and people just like watch us, like as we lay there. Like,
imagine a theater. Instead of seats, it's full of beds, and the thing is on the ceiling. Whoa! We need to make this.
That's so cool.
That would be so neat.
And then if it was Final Destination, they'd all be watching horror movies, and then the monitors start to fall on their faces and kill them.
Oh my God!
All right, we're gonna be going on into game number 3.
We're gonna be retiring from esports with this $1 million idea. You mean?
I'm getting out of this whole esports thing right away.
This stuff ain't growing; it's shrinking. All right, the map, Daybreak.
The nerds.
Will Julyzer break into Code S round of 16 today?
We're going to find out.
Or Code A today. We'll see. It's one or the other. No in between here, Julyzer. You better show us your hint.
He's like, you mean there aren't any more letters in the alphabet I can go into? And I'm like, no.
Well, there's Code B, but you can't get there today.
Yeah. You don't talk about Code B. All right. Julyzer going up against MarineKing Prime. Will we see an upset? Or will the king claim his throne once again?